Number one is, if you woke up tomorrow as a movie character, who would it be, and what's the first thing you'd do?
Vin Diesel, and probably drive fast. I don't know.
Drive fast,
Go
yeah.
racing.
All right, card one down.
We are up and going.
You're good to go? All right, cool.
Shall we cheers?
All right, let's cheers, man.
Yes, sir.
The coffee,
Yes.
cheers. Somebody forgot drinks for this episode. That was me. Good to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
In the studio with WonkyWilla on the Different Paths podcast. How are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm pumped to have you. I'm really excited for the show tonight.
Yes, very excited.
Yeah. At the time this will be airing, the show will have already passed, but I am currently really excited for tonight.
The venue looks sick.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's like decked out, and we were in there decorating and like just blasting your playlist on repeat. So everybody's hyped right now.
That's awesome.
I think it's going to be sick.
Let's go.
So do I have it right? You're 22.
Yes.
Dude, it's insane. How does it feel? I mean, you're hitting some milestones already.
Definitely feels great, but I don't like to look at age as a number like that. I believe anything can happen to you at any point in time, and even if you're older, you can still accomplish your dreams super quickly.
Yeah.
But definitely thankful to be young and making it happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, you are. You're definitely making it happen right now. Tell me, let's take it to like kind of the start. I'm super interested. I always love, this is the Different Paths podcast. So it's all about like the path that people take in life. And when somebody has, an artist or anybody like painters, like it takes kind of taking that step out of the normal routine that everybody kind of like finds themselves in and just taking a wild leap in another direction. Tell me about kind of like the start of this of your project, or you as a musician, and let's go there.
I feel like honestly that like even just the love for it all, it started, I was about 12 years old. I lived in Philadelphia. I just discovered Skrillex at the time. And me and my dad were riding our bikes to the city, and we like recognized a Skrillex song playing. We were like, what the heck? And so lo and behold, we followed the music, biking through the city, and it's Skrillex playing at this huge festival in the city.
That's insane.
And then I was just like at the gate, at the fence, because we didn't know it was happening. So we didn't know about tickets and all that. So I was at the fence like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And that was honestly probably the start for my love of dubstep.
Yeah, no, that's killer. That I think Skrillex was maybe everybody's like start of the love of like, I feel like when Scary Monsters and Nice Strides, like that album dropped, and I was like, what the hell is this? It's like otherworldly. And
awesome.
I remained super into bass from there too. So you rode down there, and you couldn't get in, didn't get you were just
it was like super late at night. I don't know. We just didn't go that day, but we went the next 2 years, and that was the first time I ever went to a festival.
Sick.
Yeah.
Were you like a music? Did you play any instruments or anything like that as a kid?
I had like $50 turntables that I would mess around with the computer, but I wasn't taking it seriously, just messing around.
Yeah.
Figuring out what I like.
Nice.
I did go through a big phase of like big room music, Hardwell, Blaster Jacks, W&W, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I kind of went back into the dubstep.
Nice.
That's
okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So were you like DJing and spinning in like high school or anything like that?
Lots of my
Did
bedroom.
it start? Yeah. All right.
And then I would do like, I don't know if you would call them like twerk parties in New Jersey, like the Jersey club music.
Yeah.
And then I went to college, and that's where I played my first club set at Midnight Club in Jacksonville.
Okay.
It was like super small outdoor club.
Yeah. Nice. All right. And what was that like? I mean, is the feeling like just kind of standing there? I don't like, even like the first shows, I've seen some people where it's like they're in front of 10 people. They're like, it still felt like it was like a fucking festival set.
I was thankful for it then, 100%. I mean, I'm still thankful for it to this day.
Yeah. I mean, and now you're playing, you have a bunch of festivals coming up that you're playing this year. But by the time this drops again, our lineup will have dropped. So you're playing same this year, which we're super excited about.
Let's go.
And then you got, what else? You have Nocturnal, right? Is that?
We have Electric Forest,
okay.
Dance Festopia, Ubby Dubby, Halloween, Bass Canyon.
Yeah.
And lots more, but we haven't announced them yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Those are big ones. That's all over the country.
I'm so excited.
You're touring around.
Yes.
Nice. How's life moving around on the road?
It's definitely a balance. So Honestly, recently, past week, I've been trying to get into better habits, just a better lifestyle. Started doing just yoga, meditating. I got back into like MMA, jiu-jitsu, which that was awesome because I used to do that a lot.
Oh, cool.
So that feels good. But I feel like it's just a constant balance of keeping myself healthy and happy and being able to constantly create,
Yeah.
stay focused.
I know, like, when I travel, I, like, lose I mean, even if it's just, like, a week, I, like, come back and the whole routine's, like, completely off,
I
and
try not
I,
to let
like,
that
don't know where my clothes are or anything anymore, and it, like, lasts for, like, a month. I, like, come back, and I'm still, like, all messed up for a while, like, finally, I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna put that thing away." So I imagine it's super difficult. So yoga, that's something I got into recently, maybe, like, 2 years ago, and started, like, really affected my life.
Mhm.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah, it, like so good. I mean, it keeps you feeling good,
Mhm.
first of all. I mean, it's a moment to just kinda, like, settle down, chill out, and, like, really, like, kinda tune in. You do that, like, now on the road to kinda, like, make sure that you're staying good?
Yeah, I mean, today's essentially the first day on the road since I started this new path, but I was in my
Yeah.
hotel room doing some mindfulness and a little
Nice.
meditation.
Nice.
Probably
Yeah.
hit the gym tomorrow morning, do a little yoga, and then get on my flight home.
Cool. Yeah. And then you said back into jujitsu?
Yes. Yep.
Nice. And so when did that start?
So I was super big into it probably when I was like 14, 15. Did it for 2 years, stopped, and then high school, freshman to senior year, I would go every day, like after school, stay for 3 classes a day and just keep every single day, just go. I would
Nice.
do tournaments and all that.
Oh, cool.
And I mean, like, I'll go to the gym, I'll lift weights and do that stuff, but I just like it's a whole body workout and you're learning something that,
Yeah.
it's good to know.
Yeah, it's so good. I used to wrestle,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
so
see, you're
for
familiar.
years and then through college, and then I started getting into jujitsu, and I, like, haven't since, whatever, it's been years, and I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna do it," and, like, that was kinda my goal for this year. I was
Nice.
like, "I'm gonna get back into jujitsu and,
Did
like,
you
start
start?
going." I haven't yet because I just got, like, injured after
Oh,
injury, and then,
no.
like, just finally, like, I'm starting to recover, but, like, I had a neck and, like, I
Yeah.
was just like, I don't know. I was, like, about to do it, and every time I was about to, my girlfriend was just like, "Dude, like, you can't even like, you get out of bed and get, like, hurt just, like, trying to, like, put your socks on." Like, "I know, but I think I can. It's not the same. I'll stretch."
Yeah.
So, nice. That's I mean, I think jujitsu, like, I think that's all, like, a really good, like the people that I've been talking to, artist-wise, like
Mm.
DJs and, like, anybody that's on the road, I feel like the people that have been doing it for a while, that's like they have a routine, and it's
Yep.
a good like, I feel like there's mindfulness as part of it in every single one.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of, like, when I'm going to wake up or, like, all of that, which is, like, an important thing, and then the physical. Like, what's my release? Like, when
Yeah,
I'm
yep.
on there, so you're not just, like, on a flight, in a
100%.
hotel room and, like, all of that.
I find I would get, like, super irritable,
Yeah.
like, have these just little bursts of frustrations that weren't needed,
Mhm.
and the yoga and meditating jiu-jitsu, like, at the airport this morning, normally, I feel like I'd be all worked up and like, "Oh, what's going on here?" You know what I mean? "What's taking so long?"
Yeah.
But I was just, it's okay. We're gonna get where we need to go.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be fine."
It's kinda like what's that movie where he just, like, all of a sudden doesn't care about anything?
It's not that I don't care.
No. He's just like, everything's tuned out, and he's just like, "No, I'm
It's
chilling, it's
just no
cool."
reason to get mad about certain things, like
Yeah. No, I agree. That's a good way to look at it. Okay, so let's talk about, like, the project, like, when you're, like, hitting clubs versus festivals versus, like, all of that. What's the? Because I've seen videos, I haven't seen you live yet, I'm really excited for
okay,
tonight.
you're in for a treat.
But, yeah, I know, like, tell me about this set, like, what's good with that?
I'm definitely very versatile. You hear a little bit of everything. You'll even hear, like, little 1 or 2 house songs, a little bit of rhythm, lots of halftime, hard trap music,
Yeah.
definitely lots of wonky music.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely very versatile.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not don't get me wrong, love music, but I'm not crazy about the sets that are all 1 BPM, same style music the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I like when it has a little fun to it.
I'm the same way, yeah. I don't wanna sit in the back, and I get those sets where you're just like, but, yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
When you go into, like, let's just talk about, like, festival sets or anything like that, is there, like, way more is there a lot of prep for that? Is there, like, do you kinda just take it the same way, and it's like, let's just see what
I
what
feel
the
like
crowd's doing.
festivals, I'll definitely plan out my set a lot more, if that makes sense to the T, like with
Mhm.
transitions and things like that. But when
Mhm.
it's a headline show for my tours, I like to have fun, like see what people are dancing to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely do that at the festy too. Like
Yeah.
if people aren't having a good time, then I'll switch up the vibe. Just that's never happened before.
Yeah. No, that I love your your rider is like tons of candy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love to pass it out to the crowd too.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And we're like that kind of brings me to where did the name originate from?
So honestly, one of the best movies,
Yeah.
but the Johnny Depp version, 'cause that's the one I grew up on.
Okay.
You know, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But I really connected with the moment when you see all the kids walking to the factory.
Mhm.
Like I personally, I was like, whoa, like I want to eat all this candy and go crazy and just like check out all this stuff and figure out what this is. And that's how I want people to metaphorically react to my music and how they'll feel when they walk into my shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like kind of like just goofiness in general. If
It's
that's a good way
fun.
to I
Yeah.
think people like goofy people and those kinds of experiences. So that's cool. So the name originated from there.
Yep. And then wonky is just a huge word in dubstep. It's like one of my favorite dubstep words.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know where you want the project like in general to kind of like what do you see with it?
I mean, we definitely have really big dreams and goals. I would love to have my own festival, record label, maybe even my own candy brand and shops. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But I feel like
What-
it's just endless. As I keep growing, there's always more we want to do.
What kind of candy you think you'd make?
I think I'd start with some chocolate.
Yeah.
Some classic chocolate.
Standard chocolate bar?
Yep.
You're gonna like what's in your rider. We made some
Okay.
custom candy for you.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice. So excited.
We got some branded stuff.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
It's like one of those because you're kind of like you're launching. I mean, it's like
Trying.
kind of cool. Yeah. What do you see as like kind of the biggest like I guess when people see a DJ
Mhm.
and like you see the life and it's like, oh my god, it's got to be just like the sickest best fucking time ever. Like you are just you are the party. And then it's like the rock star life. What are some of the things that are true about that? And then what are some of the things that are like people don't know that maybe are difficult?
Yeah, I mean, you could call it the rock star life, but I mean, like I travel a lot every weekend practically, but when I go home, I'm just another guy.
Yeah.
You know, go back to my house, just work on some music, see my family.
Yeah.
You know,
Is there anything that's like difficult, like kind of doing this or being on the road?
before I would say it was just finding that balance for my mental health and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm just really working on that and finding my groove.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be the key.
Yeah.
But before that, it was a lot of stress and anxiety. Coming home, I got to do this, this, and this, but I wouldn't plan it out probably the best way I could have.
Yeah.
Just a lot of build up, and then I got to travel that weekend.
Yeah.
Make reels for Instagram. So
Yeah.
just got to balance it all.
Yeah. And when you get home, I like that you said like I'm just kind of a regular guy. I get
Yeah,
home
that's
and like
why
I'm just kind of chilling.
I feel like a lot of times I'll see people at shows and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you're like hanging out with one of the homies." But
Yeah.
I feel like that's how everyone should be. Like we're all people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's no reason for egos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Totally. What do you do when you get home, like for fun? Like any
Sleep.
hobbies?
No, I'm kidding. Honestly, work on a lot of music, but recently just focusing on the mental health stuff. That's been taking up a lot of my time. It's like I'll wake up, journal, meditate, do yoga, work on music, go to jiu-jitsu, come back, work on music.
Yeah.
And then if there's a show that night that's local or one of my friends are playing, I'll go to do that or just hang out, be
Yeah.
working on music all night.
Oh, cool. That's strict.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, you're treating it like
You got to.
yeah.
I really believe consistency is one of the biggest ways to get where people want to be. So
Mhm.
consistency and hard work, like
Yeah.
can't beat that.
Yeah. Any other hobbies outside of music?
I do a little bit of gaming, but not really.
Yeah.
Like I have a PC that I'll hop on and play like a motocross game with my friends or something, but that's really about
Yeah.
it.
You just built a PC, didn't you?
I did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I wanted to start learning how to make my own visuals, but on my laptop that I have, don't get me wrong, great laptop, but it just didn't have like the processing power to handle these huge like cinematic files and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to build this PC with all these specific components to it so it could handle
so
that.
it was for the lighting.
Yes.
So you created your own light show?
Well, it's essentially like the visuals on the screen, if that makes sense. Yeah.
On the like the video
Yeah,
or the LED that's happening.
Yep.
Okay. So you created all that?
Yeah. Like the ones you'll see tonight, I think there's a few clips some other people made, but most of them are all done by me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you built a computer in order to do that.
I used to do construction. I feel like I'm very hands-on. So if I think I can do something, I'm going to try it and see, because that stuff's expensive. In the long run, you could be paying $50,000 for 40 clips that are 8 seconds long.
For sure, yeah.
And someone, if I'm capable of it, I can make them at home.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to pay $40,000 to $50,000.
I love that.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of ways the festival was like we bootstrapped like that. Because me and my partner, we're both musicians, so we knew each other just from touring forever together, and then like it was like, all right, we need like graphic design, and neither of us could. We were like all right, like what do we? What's I don't even know if Canva was around then. Like whatever we used some like something,
all right,
and like made horrible designs, and like I maintained that for a few years, and then everything you just kind of like figure out what you can if you don't have to hire pros.
Yeah.
And then eventually hire pros and you're like, oh, okay, this is why they're pros.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So you were working construction?
Yes.
Before?
Driving a bulldozer. Yep.
Shit.
Building
Okay.
ponds and parking lots, commercial properties.
Okay.
Yep.
So digging out like the pond.
Yep.
What got you into that?
I was on excavator.
Okay.
To be like excavators, dozers, rollers, loaders.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
Are you still?
No, we're done that.
Okay.
I stopped my 9 to 5, I think, a month or two ago.
Okay.
Full-time musician.
Congrats.
Now. Thank you.
Tell me about that.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I feel like people always think construction's some like dirty, hard job, but I personally loved it. I would sit in AC and
yeah. I know with the festival, I think it was like 3 years ago. One of our ops guys was like, I'm gonna get you fork certified.
Nice.
I was like, okay, sick. And he just like showed me the controls. He's like, congrats, you're fork certified. I spent the whole rest of the festival like people couldn't get me because I was like, they were like, where is he? Like, we got to figure out like catering or whatever. And I was just like lifting dumpsters up for no reason, like just bringing them around.
See, it's fun.
It is fun. I mean, it's like playing with a toy.
I'm definitely thankful to be moving it all to music because I would be going into work at 7 a.m., coming back at 5, shower, eat, studio till bedtime. And it'd be that every day.
Yeah.
And now we got shows every weekend. Things are getting a lot better. So we were able to do that. And now I can travel, come home, put all my effort into the studio.
Yeah. Cool. Top of my head could probably name like 50 artists, that are in that, like, I think I want to go full time with it. And like, that is like this podcast. If there was like a focus point, it's that moment. Like when people are like, all right, I'm making that jump.
Yep.
And because I find it so interesting. And like for myself, even when I did it, I couldn't have picked a worse fucking time. I was like, all right, like this festival's taking off. I'm going to go work full time on it. And that was like February 2020.
Yep.
And then like COVID like just shut the world down. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe bad time for live events. And I quit my job, which was in like video conferencing sales to businesses, which was like kind of like went haywire. Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay, well, maybe I messed that one up. But either way, I feel like once I did, then it was like, okay, I'm fully focused.
Yep.
100%. I wake up and I'm just like, how can I make that better? And then I go to bed and I'm thinking, how can I make that better?
Yep.
It's just like, no, I'm not doing anything else. But it takes, I feel like a lot of courage, you know, to be able to do that. So what was it like in the, I guess, days leading up or weeks or months where you kind of like
it's definitely a lot of anxiety
or what?
But I didn't want to make that jump until I knew that I would be perfectly fine covering my bills, paying whatever I need to pay. Like if I want to go out to dinner during the week, I can go out to dinner and whatever. It's not like a struggle or something.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to quit my 9 to 5, do music full time, struggle to pay my bills. That was
Yeah.
So that was the big step for me is when I realized, all right, we have this much money coming in, then yes, we're okay to do this.
Yeah. That's that is the thing that I see people do where they kind of jumped a little too early. And then it's like, it's like I got to make money somehow, and then I feel like the art gets sacrificed a
Yep.
little bit, and it's more just like about, it can kind of like it's hard to measure that,
Mhm.
So I think that's like a crazy moment once you kind of move from heavy equipment to heavy drops
Yeah,
full
right?
time.
100%. The
uh
family was definitely a little, "What are you doing here?"
yeah,
But
that's the other thing. So what I mean, supportive or
definitely supportive, but I feel like in the beginning, they didn't really understand what it was. But now that we're moving along, things are getting bigger, I think it's opening their minds. And they see me happy, so that's what matters to them.
okay.
It's important.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's going well, so yeah, they
They're
that's
sometimes
gotta
like, "How do you dance to this?"
Yeah, I could see that. I know, like, my parents sometimes even tune into this, but, like, they've come to the fact, they're like, "Cool, we like it. We
Mhm.
don't get it."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funky people that come out here,
They
but yeah.
support. That's what matters.
Yeah, for sure. Question about what, like, you're working on now that's coming out. I mean, is there anything that we can kinda tease or talk about that
S
is
So one
happening?
thing that I'm super excited for is Disco Wonk, it's called. So essentially
Tell
be
me more, I love
wonky
that.
disco music.
Yeah.
So think like disco percussion, but with my wonky bass noises on top of
Oh,
it and things
yeah.
like that. And
Okay.
then I'll do a lot of releases of, remixes to like Donna Summer's Bad Girls and
Yes.
Kool and the Gang
Yes.
and the little Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Some originals.
Yeah.
I have I don't know if you've ever heard the song. It's like, when I hear music, na, 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 na. It's, but she's a family friend, Debbie Deb. So I was hoping to
Okay.
have her maybe hop on a couple tunes because that
Oh,
would be
that'd be
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, it'd be
Sick.
a big throwback.
Okay, so I'll tell you, like, actually, it's kinda like the genesis of this of Same But Different was my partner and I, Pete, we played in a band together called the Mustache Bash Family Band,
Nice.
and it was part of this, festival that's down here called the Mustache Bash
Okay.
that he had been part of for years,
Mhm.
And it was a group of friends that came together, they, like, threw it was like a funk '70s disco party,
Ooh, I would love
and
that.
so all we played, it would be like every year, it was like musicians
Mhm.
kinda like that were, like, leading it all,
Yep.
so they, like, refused to play the same songs, and they'd be like, "Alright, you have, like, 2 weeks, and here's 30
Oh
songs,
my
and we're
god.
gonna, like, pick 10 of 'em." And like, you go in and it was, like, Kool and the Gang
Mhm.
and, like, yeah, all those
Nice.
tunes, and, like, people get going to that.
Oh yeah,
People love that. That music still is just such a hit. It's like,
it's a
you
great
can play it at a
energy.
wedding, you can
Yep.
play it at a festival, and people love it. Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Very
Yeah, I think
excited.
that'll be fun. So you putting out is it gonna be like an album or
Be an EP about 6 songs. It'll probably
Okay.
be a mix of originals and remixes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nice. I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Alright, and when any dates on that?
I don't think I can say that yet.
Okay, cool. Word.
Yeah. But I will have a special top hat that's gonna be, like, bedazzled in the disco ball. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, like the disco ball squares?
Yeah.
So I was gonna get another top hat and
Sick.
bedazzle it, like, with the disco squares, so it's all
Okay.
covered like a disco ball,
Yes.
and I was gonna get some crazy disco jacket to wear.
Yeah. Dude, you can disco ball anything. Yeah, for some we have a giant submarine helmet that we disco balled.
Okay, damn.
That'll be sitting over the DJ booth for
Nice.
Submerged tonight.
Sick. Excited
It's
to see
funny.
that.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Mhm.
So we're gonna try something, which is these random questions.
Nice.
Before doing that, I was just gonna see if you have any tour plans, like anything that's coming up, or like what your tour looks like for the summer.
I mean, the biggest thing I'm excited for is honestly the festies, but we're booked
Yeah.
practically every weekend.
Okay.
I can't read you all the cities now, but I
Yeah,
head
yeah.
to like Michigan next week, and then we have Ubby Dubby after that, and that's where I lose track.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was getting to, because I mean, it's like, so every weekend is booked up, so it's kind of like,
Practically, yeah.
yeah, so it's like heading out every weekend, you're gone, and then like you're back, and then kind of chilling, working on music.
Yeah, that's why I'm grateful to have left the 9 to 5, because I am traveling every weekend, but it's not like I'm gone away from home for the whole week.
Yeah.
So I'll go home, reset, relax, work
Yeah.
on music, do my thing,
Yeah,
and go back on the road.
yeah, that's where it starts to get hard. When you come back and it's like, all right, now the grind starts again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love the grind. I want to get back on the road and play more shows.
Yeah, that's the good grind. And not that heavy equipment is a bad grind.
Yeah.
But
Because I would come home. Sometimes I fly through Orlando, which I live in Jacksonville, so that's a 2-hour drive.
yeah,
So I'd fly back to Orlando, be like 12 o'clock by the time I land, get back to Jacksonville at 2 a.m. and then be at construction at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
After like no sleep.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like, cause it's hard on the body too. And you're on flights and like, yeah, that's rough. So
made it through it.
Yeah, man, you're on the other end of it.
Yes, sir.
Now it's just bigger and bigger. We got to have you come out early maybe, cause we got a bunch of heavy equipment on site.
All right.
Yeah. We're building
I would
shit.
love to. I'll build something for you guys.
Yeah.
Do it for fun.
Hell yeah.
That'd be sick.
Let's try these questions.
Yes, sir.
Let me
What you got?
pull it out. We'll go rapid fire on.
Oh boy.
All right. And it was funny because I think we did like a test podcast a while ago.
Okay.
And somebody that she was on our team, Steph, she came on as a guest and she was like, all right, I have questions for you guys. And they were like wild ones. It's like when I think it was like, when's the last time you sharted or like something like that. It's like, we were like, all right.
I don't know.
We're like, luckily we're not airing this. But I was like, I like the card idea.
Yeah.
So we're going to try it out.
Nice.
Okay. Number 1 is, if you woke up tomorrow as a movie character, who would it be? And what's the first thing you'd do?
Vin Diesel. Because
All
I'm
right.
balding.
All right.
And probably drive fast. I don't know.
Drive fast.
Go
yeah.
racing.
All right. Card 1 down. What's something you believe that would surprise your fans?
I'm honestly gonna say that I feel like people think most artists have crazy egos, or it's just along the lines of that, and I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, I love that. All right. A fun one. What's
Did you
your
not
go-to
Did you not
karaoke?
like that last one?
No, this was that one.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought
like,
you
maybe I'll
flipped
keep this
another
for a
one.
second. We wanted to come back to it. What's your go-to karaoke song, if you have one?
Maybe We Are the Champions?
Ooh,
That'd be a fun one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fun one to sing.
Yeah.
I feel like the bar gets I always pick the wrong karaoke song. Like I think the last time I did karaoke, I was like, oh, I think I could sing this really well, and it's like I'm not like a great singer by any means, and like it was like a Coldplay song. It was like a super emo song, and like it started, and I was like, as soon as the music came, I was like, oh, this is a bad choice. The whole bar was like, what? I was just like up there, basically, like might as well have been crying by myself. All right. If you could make any sound illegal, what sound would it be?
Fan clacking.
Okay.
Like the fan when they clack, clack, clack.
Yeah. Those are bad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get like mad at people and like, but
Yeah.
just you're there
Where do
for
they
the
have
music.
those
So why
at?
you got to clack, clack, clack?
Oh, do they have the clacks at festivals, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like, the fans they hold.
Oh, yeah.
But they can like click them in a way and they snap them
yeah,
down and it makes a
that's what that
clacking
is.
noise.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I've heard that. It gets annoying when you're
Mhm.
trying to listen to the music.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah. I was at same actually, and I was like standing in the stage, and there was just somebody in the middle of the audience with like a big bongo,
Oh, okay.
and he was off beat. And
You're
I was
like,
just like,
heck
dude,
yeah,
first
guy,
of all,
but come
nobody
on.
needs to really hear your bongo. Like they have it covered up there, and let alone like you're also off beat. This is horrible.
That's hilarious.
All right, clacking. I think mine might be the like, burr, 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 burr.
Oh, like the air horn?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Honestly, maybe I kind of like it though when it comes on. Maybe I want to make it mandatory. What's a song you'd never admit you secretly love, but you're about to right now?
Britney Spears, Toxic. It's fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Oh, Britney Spears. I was like working out and I was doing abs.
It
And my
came on.
girlfriend was like, "What are you listening to?" And she grabbed my headphones and it was Work, bitch.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I don't know. It's a great, if you can find a better song to do abs to
Mhm.
than Britney. All right. Respect.
I'll admit it.
What's your favorite kind of candy?
Honestly, if I had to choose one candy for the rest of my life, it would be chocolate covered caramels. Did I say that right?
Chocolate covered caramels.
Caramel covered chocolates.
Which one? There's two different.
Whatever has the
caramel on
chocolate
the
on the
inside?
outside.
Chocolate
Yeah.
covered
Just mixing up my words.
chocolate covered caramels.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes, chocolate covered caramels.
What are those? I
It's
don't
just
know.
like your normal square chocolate with caramel in the middle.
Oh, with
Yep.
okay. I know what
love
you're
like from a
talking
local
about.
candy shop. It's,
Yeah, those are good.
Maybe a little sea salt on top.
Yeah,
Mhm.
now we're talking. I could do those. I like those new, like, I think they're like nerd gummies.
The clusters.
Yeah.
I had them last night.
Oh, you
Delicious.
did? Okay. That's like, if I'm doing a road trip, I grab those.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. They're gone like in a minute. All right. What's the craziest costume you've ever seen a fan wear?
I mean, I love the Oompa Loompa, but some people go all out, wig, paint their whole body orange.
Yeah.
So definitely that.
Yeah. There's been some crazy Oompa Loompas that have showed up.
Yes.
Sick.
They'll like paint their eyebrows white.
Yeah. Any specific ones? Were they like friends or just like
I think
these are
Seattle,
fans?
when I played Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of my friends are like, I don't know about dressing up like a Oompa Loompa. But the fans, yes.
They'll get on board. That's cool. What do you think your 8-year-old self would say about you right now?
I'm so fucking proud of you.
Yeah.
100%. I know that if I could look at myself back then, I'd be like, holy shit, you did it. You're on the way. Yes, sir.
That's cool to think about.
But it's crazy because where I am now, it's like, I want more. I want to keep growing, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to like take a second and just like, you know, be like, yeah, I am doing it. I do want more, but this is good.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. Last one. Oh, this is the one I passed up. What's something you believe in that would surprise your fans? What about maybe another twist on it? What's is there any conspiracy that maybe you believe in, or random weird conspiracy theories?
And I obviously believe in aliens. I think there's other life out there.
Yeah.
I don't think we're the only ones in the universe.
Yeah.
I think it's very vast. There's other galaxies.
Do you think they're out there, or do you think they're it's Men in Black style?
I think they're essentially out there, but I don't know if they're your stereotypical alien. I feel like they're more interdimensional beings, kind of like how we look at an ant.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really interact with them and they don't really know. Like you can hover your hand over an ant pile and they won't even know you're there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how they essentially treat us. Like they're just so much, they have higher conscious and just way smarter. So it's why interact with us.
Cool. There's something out there though. I dig. Nice. That's the end of the question round.
Nice.
So we made it.
Let's go.
Yeah, good answers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped that you were on the podcast with us. This is great. I appreciate you jumping on.
I appreciate you.
So, I think for same, you're going to be headlining our base stage, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be a good one.
Nice.
Like, I don't remember. I don't even know if it's set what night. I could be wrong. I don't know top of my head, but like, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I mean, all the nights are good. It's a
very
festival.
Excited. I got to say, I think San Diego has been one of my favorite cities. So any chance I get to come back, love it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's, I think this is going to be like, everybody I've been talking to is super pumped to see it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a real good one.
Awesome.
But, yeah, WonkyWilla, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. It was good having you on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Good talking with you.
You too.
All right. Thanks. Cool. All right.